Ladies, by the end of this video, you're going to be about 500% better and more successful with your no contact. We're going to talk about the 3 mistakes you make and how to fix it, how to actually maximize your chances of getting him to regret his decision. So here's the first thing. You need to understand that no contact is the final solution. It's the final it's the backline defense. It's different than pulling away. Two completely different things. So if you're going to say, I'm doing no contact, that means you have tried to communicate your situation, your standards, your whatever it is, the problem you guys are having, and you gave him a chance. Then he did it again, and you're like, hey, what's up? You're trying to communicate it again, and then it's just not clicking. It's just not clicking for him. So now you're doing no contact, whether it's him being inconsistent, him not communicating well, him playing fucking games, whatever it is, you try to communicate it, you're done, and you pulled back. Now, why is this important? Because a man can only go off what he's exposed to, meaning if he feels like he has you, he's going to call your bluff. Okay, so if you're doing this pull away stuff and then he says something and you're responding and coming back around, he's breadcrumbing you. You don't even realize it. He knows he has you, the power. He just has to come back around and say a little thing here or there that you like to hear, and you're going to justify it because you like him. You have this like bias, and he's going to wiggle his way back in. However, when you use it as the final line of defense, it's more built up to that point, right? It's like, bro, I gave you a chance. I gave you another chance. Now I'm just effing done. And you actually have to follow through with it. Okay, you actually have to follow through with it, which kind of leads to the second point, which is if you're doing no contact, it is not a 30-day thing, a 60-day thing, a 90-day thing. It is 100% following through until he comes back and that thing has changed. Meaning if you guys are wanting 2 different things and he comes back and says, Merry Christmas, I miss you, all that. Nope. No contact. No contact. But if he comes back and says, hey, I thought about it and I actually want to try this. I want to have a relationship. I was just in my head in the wrong place. Would you want to give it a shot? Okay, now you can try to communicate something. That's what women don't understand. They do all this back and forth, and they do this no contact until he comes back around, and they realize why he never commits, because he doesn't have to, because your standards aren't being held. You're not holding your ground. You're not holding your ground. Women, that's very important. And I tell women the reason you have to do this, you actually have to pull away. Women don't do it. They just do this back and forth shit. You actually have to pull away to give him an opportunity to miss you. Women are like, why isn't he chasing? What's he chasing? You're not going anywhere. It's almost like you have this illusion of freedom. This illusion of freedom where you're like this goat. And you're in this wide field where you can just run around, do whatever the hell you want. Okay, but you don't realize that it's so wide that the grass or the yard is so big that you're in, you don't see the gate on the outside. He knows you're not going anywhere. That's a good analogy. He knows you're not going anywhere, okay? He knows this. It's because of your actions. But when you follow through, the first stage is going to go through his mind is, or the first thing is, he's going to think, did I make the right decision? He's going to miss you. And then he's going to think, did I make the right decision? And then based on that, he's going to start having regret. A guy will never regret his decision unless he truly believes that he lost out on you. Okay? And the third thing is, you're doing it to get a reaction out of him. You're doing it to get a certain result, which makes you outcome dependent, meaning he can come back around. This is more of a self-check. You have to be honest with yourself. If you're doing this, knowing you're doing it because you want him back and to get a certain result and see him squirm and come back to you, you're outcome dependent. You are going to lose. Trust me, you're going to lose. These women lose 100% of the time. Instead, you need to do it as the final straw. I'm done with your BS, and you're supposed to act as if it's not even acting. You're going to go on with your life as if you are never going to talk to him again. Ever, 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 ever. And again, if he comes back around and he wants to negotiate, hey, I effed up, I'm sorry, let's try this. I I thought about it, and I'd rather try it than not, and shoot myself in, or not shoot myself in the head, but hit myself. I felt like I hit myself in the head. I messed up. What was I thinking? I don't want to regret it. Okay, then you can talk. But don't get it to get him to squirm and stuff. That's outcome dependent. You're going to lose, okay? So this is all very important stuff, and I know you want to maximize your chances with getting a guy and transitioning into a relationship. That means no contact is not the only outcome, is not the only thing to do. I have this video right here, or right here, whatever side, and it goes over how to get a guy to fully like you. If a guy is pulling some bullshit, it's because there's a lack of traction. So check that video out, okay? With that being said, ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.